என்னேசுவே என் ஜீவன் நீரல்லோ, என்னேசுவே என் வேலன் நீரல்லோ, என்னேசுவே என் ஜீவன் நீரல்லோ, என்னேசுவே என் வேலன் நீரல்லோ. சிலுவையின் பாதையில் வெளிச்சம் நீரல்லோ, நேசரும் முகம் கண்டு இன்றும் களிப்பேன். சிலுவையின் பாதையில் வெளிச்சம் நீரல்லோ, நேசரும் முகம் கண்டு இன்றும் களிப்பேன். மரண இருளின்
A very good evening to all of Speaking Book subscribers and viewers in the precious name of our Savior and Lord Jesus Christ. We as the team of Speaking Groups, we are very glad to come back to you again with another fresh episode. Today is our 11th episode with 11th new presenter, with 11th new book which he will be presenting to us today. So far our journey of Speaking Books has been very good. We are very happy that 11 books have been presented to you. Hope you have started to read books because just yesterday we all know it is a special day for all the book readers. Yesterday we celebrated a special day on August 9 is Book Lovers Day. We must have celebrated or heard lots of days. There is a day called as Valentine's where lovers celebrate each other. There is Father's Day. There is Mother's Day. There is Children's Day. So when I came to know yesterday that is today was yesterday that I thought that Book Lovers Day, I was so very happy. So is it really is that such a day is being celebrated globally? Yes, such a day is being celebrated. In United States, in April, they have a day. On that particular day, they celebrate it as a Copyright and Books Day. So that event is completely different from the Book Lovers Day, which is celebrated globally on August month. And in India particularly, we celebrated it on August 9th. And I think most of the countries, they celebrate it on August 9th. So what is this Book Lovers Day is all about? On this special day, those who are very fond of reading books, what they used to do was they used to go back to their shelf and take out their favorite book which they love to read, and they will reread it again and started reminiscing all the sweet memories associated with the book. So some people, they take a holiday and they will visit to book exhibition and buy new books of different genres for themselves, or buy books to gift someone else. Still others, what they do, there are lots of collection of books. They will go to a library and donate their collection of books in the library. Still others, they will go for library to read different varieties of books. So this is how the Books Lover Day is celebrated, and still many people are there. You all know some classical books have been adapted and made into movies. They will go to theaters and view such movies. So that is how August 9th is celebrated. So we shouldn't celebrate it for just one day. Every day we need to celebrate it as a Book Lovers Day. We should love knowledge. If one loves knowledge, we'll start reading books. And we all know that in India, book reading is very less. And particularly, we should start inculcating this habit among children at a very small age itself. In India, when children are getting admission in the school, it becomes a very routine thing for them. Children are made to do rote study. They have to secure marks. That is why they are forced to do studies and all. So what happens in the course of time? The children then associate this book reading with school books, subject books, and they think that, oh God, if I have to read it, I have to buy it and I have to write it in exam. And they have no other time for extra recreational activities, and they don't enjoy reading books. So what, as a parent for having smaller kids, what you can do is at a very young age, when the child is around 2 years or 3 years, we can read a story for them. We can get storybooks for them and start reading it slowly to them and explain it to them very interestingly, the way they love to hear stories. And when they grow a little older, we should make them listen to the stories and give the book in their hand so that they can see the pictures and they associate with it what their mama or dada has told them about the story. and they will try to read the lines, and they will associate the pictures with the line. And that is how book reading is inculcated. We should make sure they do it with very interest. If interestingly they start to read, then they will try to read different types as they grow. Only curriculum related books, they will not restrict themselves. They will start reading on various of subjects. They will want to know what is going all around, and this is how we should inculcate it in our children at a very younger age. I still remember those days when my elder brother, his child was around 2.5 years. So once we had gone for shopping to a mall in Mumbai. So we thought that she would pick up. We went there for some grocery shopping, and we all had a trolley in our hand. And this child, she was around 2.5 years only. She went and picked up many hard bonded small books, books about colors, books about objects. Of course, it was study related only. She picked it up and she put it in the trolley. So I was very surprised. And why she's interested in books? And she was interested in books because she has always seen her dad reading books. And that is how that interest was inculcated in the child. So, in the home atmosphere, as a family, if we start reading and we will tell the kids about the importance of books and knowledge, surely they will also inculcate that habit, and surely they will get lot of information, lot of knowledge. So let us start reading books, make our generation also to have a keen interest in it, and we can create an what I say, an army of intellectuals all around the world. So that is all about speaking books. Now I'd like to turn the mic to my co-host, Aalish Evangeline, who will be introducing our panelist and the presenter of today. Aalish, please.
Thank you, sister. Start today, praise God to all the viewers of Milky TV. I greet you in the name of Lord our God. This is me, Aalish Evangeline, who is here to co-host today's program. To come into this program, before getting into the review, our sister said, all must read books. That's the important motto of our program to say. Everyone should read book. To say, Bible is the most sold book in this world. That's the truth also. But to understand Bible, whatever we do, if we hear something about Bible from other people or whatever we can do, we can hear it from our audio Bible too. But when we sit and read it for a minute, then only we'll get the true explanation, and we'll get the true ideology of the Bible, what it's coming to tell to us. So everyone should learn learning. As sisters learn, as sister said in childhood itself, we should encourage all the children to read their books. We'll encourage all children to do the extracurricular activities like extra talented, and they should become in extra curricular activities as a upstanding one. We all think that, all parents would think that, but everyone should also think by book reading is also an important thing that will improve your child knowledge and vocabulary skill, and even though that will help them knowledge to improve their own personal life too. So, closing with this, we get into the introduction of our reviewer. Today, we have our reviewer, Brother Jebaraj here. He's from Coimbatore. He's basically from a Christian family. He has completed his mechanical engineering course. He is working as in a manufacturing company, which is a manufacturing motor and pumps. He's a course engineer for past 1.5 years. He's doing ministry in NJC as a Stefan for past 3 months. We welcome you, brother. We welcome you to this program, and we are so excited to have your review. And we think that you'll be so prepared, and you will lead more youth people like you into the reading books habit. We welcome you, brother. And we also have our brother John Martin here. He has also participated in this program already. I welcome you, brother. We are so glad to see you again in this program. Welcome, brother. And we have our brother sridharan kalistas uncle here. He has also done a review in our program. His review was so beneficial for all the viewers. I think his review was in the top manner too. We welcome you, sir. We are so glad to have you in this program again. We welcome you. This, I turn off my mic and turn the mic towards Jebaraj. Thank you.
Praise the Lord. Today I'm going to give a review about a book called Babylon, the Mystery Religion. This book was written by the author Ralph Woodrow. Was published in 1981 and reprinted in 1996. So, coming to the introduction, This book actually tells about the ancient and modern religion of paganism. Actually, what was in ancient period, what is mixed uh, in future and present modern period. So, I would like to introduce some of the chapters which is mentioned in this book. First one, the source of false religion, the mother and child worship, Mary worship, obelisks, temple towers being built in the name of the religion, and last is cross a Christian symbol. Like this, according to these topics, I have summarized some points. So I would like to tell this regarding these topics which I've explained to you. First, according to these topics, how this all became as an Christianized. How did these topics as Mary worship or child worship? How do these topics? How does this practice comes into this Christianized? So first, I would like to tell that in introduction itself, the author tells us about and connects the um, uh, about the paganism and the Babylon mystery religion, which is also mentioned in the Bible in last book, which is called Revelation, about the Babylon religion as mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots, and abomination of earth. Actually, this is mentioned in Revelation 17 to 6. If you read that, you can come to know more about that details. So, coming to the point of first chapter, in first chapter, the source of false religion. Here, the main thing it is shows that about the Noah's after the flood. After the Noah's flood, what all the incident happened, how do the people migrated, where do people migrated and settled, what are the difficulties they faced, what are the protection they needed. According to this, after this, what all the cultures were formed and religion formed. See, I would like to tell about the Noah's after the Noah's Ark incident, the flood. Uh, People all men all gathered in Shinar, which is present in Babylon. Present, present now it is mentioned as Mesopotamia. Before that, ancient it was called as Babylonia. So here actually the crops were gathered because fertile crops were gathered more, and due to the more crops, these wild beasts uh, were attracted, and due to this wild beast, people could not save their crops or save themselves. So here the people need and they were need to hunt that wild beast and protect themselves and their needs of foods like crops. So here comes the powerful man, which is mentioned in the Bible called Nimrod. Nimrod was actually a mighty, powerful man who was professionally a hunter. Here, the Bible says about him as a mighty hunter before the Lord. Actually, for the mighty hunter, actually, Bible, if you see in a Hebrew translation or in dictionary, actually for mighty there are several meanings. In that, one or two meanings are rebellious and uh, ungodly ruler. This were two words are mainly mentioned here because he was actually too much rebellious and he was against the God, and he acted more against God, and he gathered the people against the God because they were not interested to know about the true God, to know acknowledge or knowledge, get the more knowledge about the true God creator. So actually, after the flood, they this to protect themselves from the wild beast, they started to this Nimrod started to organize the people into cities and with a wall protection. Nowadays, present days, you can tell them as fortress. So they started to build a fortress. So from them. After building this fortress, they thought that they would can protect themselves from the um, wild beasts. So instead of why they started to build this Babel, actually it is actually that was called as Babel Tower. So why they started to build this instead of constantly killing the wild beasts, they started to build themselves, organize and build. So here he himself started from himself. It started the um, his kingdom, which is also called as Babylonia or Babylon. Present later, it was called as Assyrian kingdom. Now, all we know about the Assyrian kingdom, which is also mentioned in Bible also. So after this incident, actually, Bible history says that Nimrod has a wife, had a wife called Semiramis. So actually, Semiramis also. Semiramis. Later on, she also was. She claimed that she claimed that Nimrod was the sun god. Actually, this Semiramis probably heard that the gospel, actually, which was told in Genesis 3. I think Genesis 3:15. So here. In Genesis 3:15, people all we all know that uh, about the seed, the true Savior who would come later as a Jesus Christ to this world. So here, if you need to come means, see, actually after probably she came to know this, then she wants to create a false religion. So so that after she convinced got a baby, she told that after actually before that she was conceived by a baby and um, according to the old story, Nimrod died through an accident, or actually people killed him. In old stories, it is mentioned that people themselves killed Nimrod, so that after that she was not about to control the whole people, Semiramis. So that Semiramis planned to make this gospel as a false gospel, so that after she got a baby, that baby was named as Tammuz. So she told the people that this Nimrod, previous year hero, who was a good mighty man, he himself has born again in me, and he has supernaturally convinced in me. So here she makes an false information to the people, and here. Um, then people also started following Semiramis and uh, uh, Tammuz, and who are called as Baal, as sun god. Actually, here I need to mention one thing. Here, people believe that Trinity here. How means Semiramis, the mother god, Tammuz as a Tammuz and sun god. So here the false trinity was invented, and they followed this religion. Here it comes it was was the beginning of the paganism. So after this incident, I would like to tell about the Mary and Mary worship. Mary worship. Before that, I would like to tell that mother and child worship. In this mother and child worship was actually not only in ancient Babylon followed, but present now also in various countries they are following. I would like to tell some of the names because for worship as a mother and child worship. First, Mother Semiramis and child Tammuz was worshipped in ancient Babylonia. Holy Mother Shingmu and child in arms was worshipped in China. Virgin Hertha with the child in arms was worshipped in German. Indrani with the child and Devaki and Krishna in India. These are the examples. Actually, present today, people worship them. So yeah, this is are the examples actually mother of the mother and child worship. So when Babylonians were scattered after the confusion, after the Babel Tower, God made people to confuse them with the with various languages. After this incident, they started to various regions of this world. When they started to various regions of this world, people took that divine mother and child religion to various parts, but with different kind of names. They themselves kept their own name according to their religion and their understanding. Actually, after that only, later on only, true Savior of our Jesus Christ was born, and then people came to know about the true Messiah. Actually, before this all was the false incident, but uh, after this only, the previous century, 2000 before 2020, Jesus Christ was born. After this, I would like to tell about the Mary worship. Mary worship. Why? I would like to tell about this Mary worship. Before this, in this Mary worship, I would like to tell some points to ponder ourselves. Like, why do people worship Mary? Why does this practice come from? Where does this practice come from? Is it mentioned in Bible? If whether if it is mentioned in Bible that we have to worship Mary or any else, if you ask me, then why do we prominently keep Mary as a first place and keep Jesus in the second place? Jesus tells us that I am the way, the truth, and life to go to heaven. But why do we think that keep a prominent place as a Mary than Jesus? We need to ponder about these things so that even after this, I would like to tell about the in Mary's worship. People use repeated prayers like rosary and rosary, Hail Mary salutation. This all is in still now in practices. Even Hindus people also, Hindus like who all follow Brahmins, Buddhists, even these people also uses some beads kind of chains which they use for repeated prayers like followers of Vishnu, Shiva, and these all people uses this rosary which is also they keep on repeatedly prayers, because in this repeated prayers Jesus told us one thing, that repeated prayers shouldn't do like that, because people think that repeated prayers, if we do repeated prayer, we think that it would reach the heaven and we would get easily the answer from the heaven. But this is not the truth. But Jesus have told and mentioned this one. After this point, thirdly, I want like to tell about the saint days and symbols. In this saints, first I would like to tell about saints. Who all are saints? People think that some of the people think that saints are who all lived for Christ in this earthly life, who all lived for Christ and died, and or in rest or interest. These people are, we think that they are the saints, but actually Bible doesn't mention them as a saints. But actually, they don't mean like saints. Then next point, why do we need to pray to the saints? Actually, some of the people pray to saints because actually praying to the saints, ancient Babylon culture, if you see, means there are many gods, like about 5,000 gods, I think. There are many gods who are actually according to the moment of the life, like sickness, or if we are building a new house or garden, or otherwise like if we are working according to the occupation what we work, for each and every occupation also there are gods in Babylon is, religion. So these all people who would pray for particular saint. They used to in Babylon, people used to pray to the particular god. Similarly, nowadays people started to pray to a particular saint for a particular incident or occupation or something like events. So this all was mixed inside this in Christianity. So after this, see, actually, I would like to tell another one important point that we are through Jesus, we have the direct access to the Father. We can pray directly to the Father in the way, in the name of Jesus. We have this direct access to the Father. Then why we need to ponder that? Why we would like to pray to saints or Mary or any other priest like that? First, we can have the freedom to follow Jesus, and we have the freedom to access to the Father. So I would like to finish this topic here, and uh, next point I would like to tell you one thing. If you can find in every idols, if you see any other idols in the outside Christianity or in Christianity, uh, uh, upon their head you can find an hollow symbol, like sun hollow symbol, like round symbol. So this or what all this where does this symbol come from, where they took this symbol? If you need to see means, this all symbol are represented as a uh, sun god. So indicating the sun god or indicating this ball, which who is also called as Nimrod. Nimrod also was later was called as Baal. Even Bible mentioned them, that mentioned in Bible also about Baal worship and sun worship. So here after that I would like to go to the next topic. Next topic. Actually, here topic is like obliques. Obliques. I don't know how much people know about obliques, or how do obliques be. Obliques like towers. Example, towers. Everyone knows towers. Example, if you see in Vatican, you can see a narrow tower with in the on the tower you can find a triangle shape. You can find the same tower in New York City, America. Same tower in some parts of the Egypt, and some in London. So, what does it represent? What does it come to say us? This all was actually in Babylon religion, actually in paganism. They in history says that Semiramis erected that tower uh, of 130-meter. Actually, she only started that practice. So actually, this also was indicated to follow the sun worship. And another one is indicating sun god as a Baal worship. And another important thing, like for reproduction thing also, it represent the book says. So uh, this same practices come into the Christianity also. If you see in Christianity, many other churches, if you see in many denomination churches, we can see towers buildings. Where do we people, if anyone asks to us, what does it represent, or why do keep these towers like these buildings? If you say this is a tradition, so we build like this. We know that sort, this matter alone we know, but we don't know the background why we are in keeping the same shape self. So if we come to know the background of this history, so we'll know many things about this. So even I would like to tell another one point. This practice is not alone still in Babylon religion or any other Western countries alone. In Asiatic countries like India, China, and Middle East countries, practices and Arab countries. If you see example in Muslim mosque also, you can find the tower. Example in Taj Mahal also you can find like tower type of structure also you can find. Where does all this tower type structure came? So if you all think like this, you'll come to know many things. Then I would like to come to fourth point. Is the cross a Christian symbol? We all need to think this, because we all think that Christ died in cross, so that we all keep cross in at our home or church or any else. But actually, uh, before the Christian era, this same cross was worshipped. This same cross was holy symbol for the Babylonian people and pagan religion people. So, according to me, was not an Christian symbol. This is not a Christian symbol. For this, I would like to tell one point. Actually, this T symbol actually we use in alphabetical letter, right? So T symbol actually represent tau. Tau represent as the Tammuz. See, actually, Tammuz, to represent Tammuz, the people started for keeping T shape. So actually, T shape also, there are various kinds of cross symbol. In that, one type of cross symbol is T symbol. So this is widely known in even in Egypt. Egypt. Okay. So another one point. Next point, I would like to tell that don't give don't give any more importance to the cross, because we all need to know that what was accomplished on the cross, what did Jesus do on the cross. See, actually book tells us even cross itself bowed before God, like that in Bible. This book is mentioned here because so another next point, why do people wear crucifix necklace, like cross type necklace? Why even some denomination people also wear, even general teenagers wear, even keep bracelets in with cross type chains or any else. See, actually in paganism religion, actually even many priests also used to wear this type cross type necklace also. Actually, the author mentioned here one interesting thing that which connects the past ancient paganism and modern paganism. Actually, here one sentence is mentioned that if Jesus would die because of a gunshot, would people wear a gun symbol or gunshot necklace? He has mentioned here. So we shouldn't. Here he comes to tell that there is no importance to give to the cross or the any else. The importance is to give the Jesus who have accomplished for our salvation. Next topic, interested topic. Actually, this I would like to tell about the winter festival. Winter festival. Why do we celebrate Christmas? Where when do we celebrate Christmas festival? Actually, Christmas festival we celebrate in winter season. Actually, winter season. If we need to come to seeing is actually in paganism also, people worship even Baal, sun god, in even in Christmas time, December 25, some people would worship sun god. So actually, history says that before celebrating the Christmas festival, uh, people doesn't know that about this paganism. After that only they started uh, keeping this date as for following for worshipping sun god as well as the Christmas. So after this point, I would like to tell about Christmas trees. The Christmas trees cultures, how do this come? We follow means there are three types of trees. People in different countries they follow, and even they actually in ancient period, it is mentioned that they worship trees, green trees. Actually, I would like to tell in Druids people follow and worship oak tree. In Egypt, palm tree. Rome, fir tree. Actually, we all Christians nowadays around the world we follow the Roman culture as and on the Christmas day season we all keep fig tree in home or in church, any else, and decorate them with red berries or any other ornaments. So actually, this green tree, actually fig tree, actually represents the um, Baal, uh, sun god Nimrod. Okay, so actually, why it is represent like that means actually this it is for fir tree. Actually, it has another name called evergreen tree. In America, if you see, means they people all call fir tree as a evergreen tree because when if we cut down from the stump, it again uh, what it again grow actually it again grow. So actually, so that what does it represent means if when we cut, no, they represent as the Nimrod death. So when it grows again, they think that they believe that Nimrod came again alive in Tammuz. So so it in every season that evergreen tree will be every time green. It doesn't fade away. So that people always keep this tree and decorate it, and they also celebrate it. So in paganism, they were worshipping also. This is the main thing. So don't according to me, my suggestion is that don't give more importance to the cultures, but follow the true thing. Another thing, I'll go to next topic. See, actually, in Americans, actually, on Christmas Day or any other events, Christian festivals or any other, they actually share their presents to father, mother, or siblings or grandfathers. Even Valentine's Day also, they share their presents or give presents to their loved ones. So actually, giving presents are not important here. Actually, in Bible doesn't mention that. Actually, Bible mentioned that three messengers came and they were giving presents to Jesus, but not sharing or giving to each other. Actually, the presents were given to Jesus, not to each other. But nowadays, we celebrate as giving each other the presents. This is not actually the real culture of Christianity. Okay, actually, I would like to tell another one point. When Jesus was after when Jesus was in home after his birth, I think around 2 years after his 2 years only, the messengers came and gave to Jesus their presence. Their presents were given to him. Okay, so actually, nowadays some of the denominations keep they represent that Jesus was in a manger and the presents were given to him. Actually, it's look like that worshipping child Jesus and Mary. Actually, here the main thing is presenting our gifts to our presents to Jesus. What is in us, what was given to us, what is with us, that should be given to Jesus. That is the Christmas. Next point. Um, Next point. So actually, here I would like to tell about Martin Luther. Martin Luther, he was after around the century of 15th century, he started many things, reformation. He did many reformation around when he wrote many theses. He nailed on the castle church and he shouted. He just told the truth to the people. What was his plan and what was his aim, that people need to know the truth. People need to read the Bible. So here I would like to tell one thing, that he spoke against the selling of indulgence. So I would like to tell two points, that this some of the denomination were selling, even selling indulgence and getting money. for the forgiveness of sins. So, for one point. So similarly, for if anyone die in their family or anything else, before that they do like this certain practices. So the according to Bible and truth of spiritual, this was not actually there in present in the Bible. So he came and shouted to the public, and he started. He spoke against that indulgence. So after that, even I would like to tell another point about this intelligence. Actually, Chinese and Buddhist people, even nowadays, I would like to add another one point in Hinduism. Personally, I would like to tell if you, any Hindu people go to the temple and buy a rope and tie on their wrist means they think that if I tie this or this rope, I would get cure for my sickness, like that they think. Similarly, this practice also is also followed present now in various religions also. So after this point, I would like to tell there are many topics I would like to. I'm not able to cover all the thing, but 2 3 point I would like to tell and conclude my speech. Uh, Whether was Peter the first pope? Actually, this is the title of the one chapter. Was Peter the first pope? Actually, according to me, no. But actually, people believe that actually Pope was the first pope in the some of our denomination. So actually, even in Rome, if you need to see it in Vatican, actually representing the uh, Peter, there are 2 3 statues. One keeping one tall cross on his hand, one statue, and another statue which represent him. One on his hand, having holding the key, and the bottom of his leg was a cock standing. So actually, this all symbolically, everything was merged and confused, and was what people they joined every cultures into their Babylon culture and paganism culture, and they established to the Christianity, or they included in Christianity. This point. So last, I would like to conclude my speech with actually my speech. We believe that Christian goal is not a religion based on mixture, but a return to original. It is actually a simple, powerful, and spiritual faith was once delivered to these apostles. So actually, no need to entangle with this what mixed or confusion religion traditions or rituals which we follow. No need to give that much importance to the rituals or tradition which is followed in Christianity, which we have need to give more importance what is mentioned in Bible, what was given to apostles, what apostles followed, and what the doctrines they have followed. Actually, if you go to other denomination of our churches, people doesn't know many doctrines what the apostles followed, or what we need to follow. What is actually a doctrine? Many doesn't know that. But actually, by God's grace, we some few doctrine we know. So actually, according to the biblical spiritual truth, what is needed, that alone we can take and follow Jesus Christ. What small light, what the light God has given us. In that small step, we can follow Jesus Christ, and no need to research more. If some people research more and fall away, so we need to be very careful in research also. So and Jesus also told that I am the way, the truth. One second, I need to tell this. Uh, Jesus told that I am the way, the truth, the life. No one can come to the Father except me. Like that, he has told this verses so that the salvation is not based upon the worshiping, or based on the priest or Mary, or the religion traditions. Actually, he has given us a freedom to follow and access to the direct access to the Father. So according to that, what the truth is told us, follow that, and uh, we can run on that path. I would like to conclude my speech. Thank you.
Thank you, Jebaraj. Thank you so much. Very extensive study you have done of this book. I think mostly you have covered all the topics, I guess. So I had made a glance on the book, and you have covered many topics. So bits of information we all must have read somewhere, and if you want to know more about it, we should go for the book and try to see what the author is telling us through these symbols, how this paganism got mixed into Christianity, and how we have to look at things now. That is very important. So I was waiting for Bavani Rajan sir, and I'm so happy that he is here to encourage us youngster. Sir is in Indonesia, and I had made a request to sir to join the program today, and he has come to encourage us. So I would start with Bavani Rajan sir to give his opinion. Sir, please.
Oh, it is 11:25 in Jakarta now. uh, I think Sridharan sir should first start, because I have missed most part of Mr. Jebaraj's presentation. But from the little what I have listened to him, he had a great passion, and I think is this something a book? It was written earlier in 1966, later on 81, where the authors have compared the Catholic religion, Catholic Roman Catholics practices with the Babylonian. Is it the kind of book that we are talking about? Yeah,
Yes.
because yeah. So I am not able to say much, except that if you have read, any of you have read the Don Brown's book, what is it then? It came as a film also, Don Brown, the novel. Can anyone remember Don Brown's novel? Some very famous film. It was made as a film also, and it based on his novel. The title of the book is Don Brown's. What is it, sir?
Da Vinci Code.
Da Vinci Code. Yeah, thank you. I think Da Vinci Code was first a book, and then later on, where he claims that there is nothing original in Christianity. Because if you read early church fathers, I'm not saying that what he says is correct, but partially what they say is true. It has been a great controversy about the festivals, practices. If you read about the story of those who, one section of the theologians, I forgot the names, they say that even the flood story is not original to it is borrowed from the great flood, borrowed from these Babylonian stories or midrash, something, and gods who are dying and raising again, those kind of mystery stories Christianity has adopted. But one thing is that the early church fathers, when they wanted to present Christianity meaningfully to the broad section of the people, they have to, if my memory is correct, either they have to Aristotle's philosophy or some of the Greek philosophies they have to include. I forgot the names of the authors. Sridharan sir can help me remember. So those were there were difficulties to establish Christian. People say Easter is also a pagan festival. One section of the people, whether it is a pagan festival practice, a sun god or not. What I look at the scriptures is that where some section of the Christians, you may be knowing that they do not celebrate Easter or Christmas. Do you know some some group of, any of you know? I think they are Christ Alone group or something. What they claim is that there is no date found in the scriptures for the birth. Okay, if you go to Russian Orthodox Church, the Christmas is on the 6th January, not on the 25th December. I've been to those churches. Twice I attended the celebration on January 6th. Not in Russia, but in Ottawa, Canada. They have a great number of presence, Russian Orthodox churches. So the point is, it is not like that. If you don't want a 25th December, whether he was born here or not, that is the question we should. Whether he was crucified and resurrected, that is the question. These are not these are very small things. If you don't want 25th January, keep it any date you like. But we should celebrate, because the date is not, if you are not celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ, then how do you say that Christ, incarnate Christ, who came for the redemption of the mankind, shed his own blood? So these are the things. So I'm not in touch with those things right now, but as the book has said, they are tried to how Christianity has adopted early from the Babylonian mixed religions. If you go on say like that, there are many doctrines. That is why Luther, as he was pointing out, I don't know, he was mentioning about the indulgences. In my opinion, even indulgences have biblical references. Like, whoever sins you forgive, your sins will be forgiven. Whoever sins you are not forgiven, the sins will not be forgiven. Those are words. There are also blood money in the Old Testament. There is about something like that. So the Roman Catholic Church, if they wanted to justify, I'm not saying indulgences are correct or wrong. Correct or Luther was wrong. But what I'm saying is that we have come across a lot of these kind of things. We have come to a place where that our central focus should be on Christ and his life, his work, his mission, and the salvation that he has offered to the world. But as far as these mystery religions copy from, there are a lot of things like that, including Easter, day of Easter, calendars, and all those things are there. So this much I want to say, because I have not followed what actually he has said. But I remember this book somewhere I read or seen, or maybe in the Google I have seen. I don't remember. 1966, and then it was again republished in 1981, where the authors compare the early Roman Catholic Church practices. Some of the Roman Catholic Church practices even now, even though there are many scholars in the Roman Catholic Church, they are unable to do away with the divinity of attributing divinity to Mother Mary. Mother Mary controversy was in the 4th century itself. One bishop, if I remember his name, he was saying that Mother Mary cannot be called as Theotokos, meaning Mother of God, Theotokos, but rather she should be called as Christokos, Mother of Christ. So those things there have been within the Roman Catholic churches, but whoever opposed the Orthodox view of the church, they called them as heretics, including scientists and other things and all that. So, but these are useful things, I think, to have knowledge about the thing. We should have a knowledge of that, so that sometimes people who read these kind of books, they use it as a great weapon to attack Christianity. They do not know the difference between Roman Catholics and the Protestants and so many other divisions we have. They think you are preaching something, they are saying Mother Podagar. I told in one of my interviews in recent TV, which has not yet come, TV interview, I said we are not Mother Podagars. We do not teach religion, but we teach the teachings. We preach the gospel, which is nothing to do with religion, although it comes under technically a religious bracket. It comes. So thank you for the opportunity given. I don't know because I have not fully heard, but whatever I could say, I give. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you, and my appreciation for Jebaraj. Yes, really, you are really the time I have listened to you, you have done very well, and I appreciate both this Aalish and Jemima for their efforts and interest. God bless all of you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Sir told that you couldn't hear much, but you have grasped everything, sir, and you have given very beautiful points. Yes, there are a lot of confusion from how Christianity borrowed certain things, and you are right in that. Sometimes when God has to be preached, people has to be preached in that context, in that culture. So sometimes it has happened in that, and it can be used as a weapon against Christianity. Your point is a very valid point, and those who want to attack Christianity, they can take this book and say that Christianity is not an authentic one; it's a fake one that borrowed from all other religions, and this is how it is going on. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your wonderful points. Go to Sridharan, sir.
Just
Yes, sir.
1 minute. Yeah. In fact, the hardcore Muslims, we do not have such a experience here in India, but I have experienced that when living in England in the 90s and then in Canada, there are Muslims who critically attack Christianity. They use all these writings. They read all these writings. Some of our own critics, higher criticism, so critics that we Christianity as subject itself, with genuine interest to find out the thing. They use them and they attack with this. But if we do not have a knowledge of these books, then we will be puzzled, even be worried, even become, oh, what is this? Are we following the is a correct religion or false religion? So it is good that you people should read more and more of these kind of writings. Thank you.
Yes, sir, you are really right. Because these people, they study our Bible more than we study our Bible, and they take certain points, and they have this habit of repeatedly telling the same thing again and again, that we get irritated, and in halfway we come out of the debates. And they take such points which irritates us. They call us Christianity as a false religion, that you people follow apostolic Paul's teaching. It is not at all Jesus teaching. Then how do you claim Jesus as God? So I have come across a lot many such debates with Muslim clergymen online. And at a point, we have realized that it is no use debating with them. End of the day, they are going to tell this again and again till the end of their life. So whatever we have learned, whom God touches, only God can reveal himself to them and bring them to the knowledge and truth. And now with that, I would like Kalistas sir to give his esteemed opinion. Sir, please.
Thank you very much, sister. I would like to appreciate Thambi Jebaraj heartfully, because this is a very kind of a hard to read book, but he has chosen that book and he has read it through and through, and then he has come up with full stuff to present it to us, though he could not do that within a given time. I am very happy and I appreciate you once again, because I want to make it sure that I am appreciating you and I love you more. I love you. When I see you that you are doing a study and you are coming forward to present a book, I am very happy. Why I am repeating all this is that I am going to be completely negative on this book, because this book is a book refuted by the author himself. So that is because when I read the book, I was not really happy with the content. So I thought that some might have written some critique about this book. So I searched in the internet and found out, to my surprise, that the same author Woodrow, Ralph Woodrow himself has written a refute for this book. The name of the book is Babylon Connection, ? And and he has also written some articles in some theological journals explaining that whatever he has written in the book is not reliable, historical, and he has come up to a more matured and better understanding of the subject that he was handling during his I think he must have been in his 20s when he wrote this book. And that book was first published in 1966, and it was actually coming directly out of the influence by a book called Two Babylons, written by Alexander Hislop. Alexander Hislop, who was a person who lived in 19th century, and he published that book. And it was this Ralph Woodrow's book is completely a modern language version of this Two Babylons, mystery religion. And then he found it out, and he has written in his book in order to apologize, not to actually apologize, but to clarify that his intention. You might have noticed, Jebaraj and other panelists also might have noticed that the purpose of the author at that point of time was not to actually inquire into Babylonian religion. The main concern or the objective of the writer is to attack Roman Catholicism, and that he is actually taking the word Babylon from the book of Revelation, and then the Babylon actually represents anything that is against the church and against the ministry of God all through the history. That has been the interpretation of the church fathers, and even today we interpret it like that. And particularly during the time of Reformation, some other people, particularly in 17th century, were actually writing some confessions of faith saying that Roman Catholicism is antichrist and Pope is the antichrist, something like that they were writing. So in that mood, after that, in the 19th century, Alexander Hislop has written this book, and it was influential, and Woodrow was actually very much touched by the material, and he wanted to put that in the modern terms in his time. And this book has become a very widely read book, and it has been translated into Chinese, German, and Russian, some couple of languages also, and it has influenced so many people. And also it has been very much used and influenced by some cult people like Jehovah's Witnesses. So it is actually his intention and his understanding when he was writing that book was very good. And then he later on came to understand that whatever the Hislop has written on the name of history is not really a reliable history. In his later stage, he has inquired about it, did a wonderful research, and he came to a conclusion that the stuff that Alexander Hislop writing and which he has taken and written in this book is not entirely historical. But as you said, there are, as we have seen in all through the history, there are some things that are adapted into Christianity, and there are certain things, adaptation and contextualization, things have been going on all through the history. So sometimes people, even in the Bible itself, we see that John was using the word philosophical category called logos to refer to Christ. So this has been a practice all through the church history. So that has been somehow highlighted. But the basic idea of Nimrod and his consort, what's the name? It's a name which escaped my what's that?
Semiramis.
Jebaraj. And this has, according to this author, no valid historical proof. So This is a good effort you had done. When I saw the book title, I thought that mystery religion, as Bavani Ayya has said, some critics are there that these mystery religions of Zoroastrianism, Babylonian religions, they influence the Christian gospel itself. That's what actually mystery religions are coming in the theological curriculum. So we had to study the mystery religion, and we had to refute the scholars who claim that the gospel itself is a duplication of mystery religion. So in that understanding only, I went into the book, but I found it is somehow different. And then I thought that I should do a critical review, and the critical review was done by the author himself. And I will send the link in the group. You can read whatever he has written. Okay, and then here I just would like to put few simple advices for the growing readers and book lovers like you, that when you choose a book, you must be very careful. You must actually read some reviews, because nowadays we have internet connections and so many reviews are available online. You don't, even if you don't have the PDF, you will have the reviews. So you go through the reviews and then you select a book. And the time that you have in your hand is very short. And whatever the books or whatever the things you invest your times on are to be very much valid, and you have to be helpful. And as this Ralph Woodrow has realized in his writing, that to defeat or to refute the Roman Catholicism, you don't have to go to Babylonian religion. You have the Word of God itself, from which you can refute each and every false doctrine of Roman Catholicism.
Yes.
So what we have to do is to go for a right understanding of the Bible, right understanding of the interpretation of the Bible, and then we should look for the books that actually help us to get hermeneutical principles in order, and then some background materials of the books written in the Bible, and some other things, so that we can be rightly equipped to get a understanding of what does the Bible say. And I really appreciate Jebaraj when he was actually trying to apply whatever he has read to the context. That's good. That's the purpose of a preacher or a teacher. So you try to apply, but application is very necessary. But at the same time, if it should come from the right resource and right text, then it will be valid. So I appreciate you, Thambi. Don't take this negative. You take it as a positive thing, and it will help you in future. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Sir's opinion has turned our opinion totally in contrast. So very nice to know that very few authors or preachers, if they realize their mistake, they will admit it in public. They may realize it, they will rectify it personally with the relationship with God, but will never let their audience or their followers or their congregation to know. So we have seen so many leaders like that, but seeing this author that he has realized its mistake, he has admitted it through articles and through another book, it is something new. And we should appreciate that author, and we should also aim for that. It may happen in future time, we may write according to biblical truth, but sometime we may miss something, misunderstand something. And if we realize that we have written something wrong, admitting it, by admitting we will not become little, will make our followers, our disciples to grow in God, to grow in the spiritual truth. And that is all about Christianity, to lead people to the correct path. And that is the main thing which we need to know. So I really thank Sridharan, Kalistas sir for guiding, Jebaraj for guiding all of us, and that is very important. And today's episode is a special episode which every presenter and every participant should hear, view it, so that they may learn still more. And we need your esteemed opinions in our future episodes also. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Okay, so we had a very nice episode and nice program today, and we have our another participant, John Martin. John Martin, please share your opinion.
Jebaraj, that was a good presentation. Jebaraj. As Sridharan said earlier, I too thought this book is connected with Zoroastrianism. I too came across many people. They used to tell that Zoroastrianism is connected with Christian. In Christianity, there are so much of adaptation from Zoroastrianism, and I would like to know many things about Zoroastrianism. So that I thought this program would be helpful. But I could understand that in this book, the author is uh, author said that what are the practices, Christian practices, that's cultural Christian practices involved here. Thank you for that, Jebaraj. I understood many things. Usually, I'm not a good book reader, but I used to go through some debates, and I came across many things what you have said. For example, debates from Muslims and debate from others also. Even recent time also, I saw someone telling that worshipping the cross, and that one they were mocking the RSS people were mocking that. The same thing he also said. Tupakia, what will they worship the gun if Jesus was uh, killed with the gun? Those questions were there. I was asking, so I could understand. Um, as Bhavani sir said, they were using our scripture, what authors, Christian authors themselves, they write some books to reform Christianity. But with that books, other religion people, they want to attack us till now. Those things were they want to attack, but still we know that our Holy Bible is very clear in everything. And as you said, I can also compare the T symbol. Because I already came across that one T symbol in the Egyptian, and in Egypt they used to worship that, and also in Zoroastrianism also, yes, I saw uh, they have a symbol, that one cypress tree. Cypress tree, it looks similar to the Christmas tree, and that one I could able to connect with the some cultural practices that involved in Christianity too. Many things. Thank you, Jebaraj. Thank you for everyone.
Thank you, John Martin. Thank you so much. So now I would like Sister Aalish Evangeline to give our opinion. Aalish, please.
Thank you, sister. Thank you for all the participants giving their feedback. And, really appreciate Jebaraj for doing this review. And it's really a task to read this book. I think this would be a vast book. You are given all the stuff that you read, and they explain whatever you read in this book, and everyone got benefited, and everyone got the enlightenment, as by Sridharan Kalistas said. They got many contrary informations from them. And coming to this review, I have personally touched by many points he said. Coming to the first point, the lady worship. He said that we don't need any lady worship. We have direct access to pray to our God. That's the real thing. Yes, he said that I am the way, I am the truth, and now you can get the Lord forgiven. We have the access to pray to God. We are not restricted by any other things to pray to God. We don't need any interconnecting medias like Mary or some other. Some people won't pray by themselves. So they directly approach some pastor or some other who will be praying very good. Please, you can pray for me. Could you please pray for me? They'll ask those things, but they won't try to pray to God itself. But as Jebaraj, he said that we have direct access to pray to God. We could directly pray. We have the direct rights to pray to Him, and we have rights to call Him as our Father. So everyone should try to pray to God in the direct manner, and the repeated prayers. He said that which are like rosaries. Many say that the repeated prayers will make us to reach, make our prayer to reach God as fast as it can. We humans think that it would be very fast for us to make our prayers to reach. We humans think those shortcuts by our own knowledge. We have some knowledge that is lesser than the God. God has created our knowledge. He has the infinite time more knowledge than us. Our knowledge can't be compared with God's knowledge itself. So stop making the shortcuts for prayer by your own knowledge. Do pray to God whatever you need. He has own ears. He would be always having his ear open to your prayers, and if you do whatever you need in your prayers, he will definitely hear for you. And the next thing I said that the cross, as everyone mentioned, and also Martin brother mentioned that this cross is a Christian symbol. I too have some information about that. In the olden days, a cross was a symbol of sin. After the crucifixion, the cross has become the symbol of holy. Then he asked the question, and if Jesus Christ was killed with a rifle or gun, if you would have worshipped the gun or rifle as your symbol, he asked that. That's not the main thing. Everyone sees Christianity by their what they practice, what they follow. Christianity is not by the practice and the religion they are following. Christianity is wholly by the truth we preach. And also Bavani Rajan sir said, I'm not a mother for the He said, I'm not a teacher teaching religion, but I'm teaching gospel. He said, that's the truth of Christianity. We are not preaching the religion which consists of the traditional practice or traditional symbol or traditional practice we should do, whether it is without knowing whether it is right or wrong. But Christianity is the main thing that teaches you the truth. We are saying the truth that we have the truth God. He has the truth power. He has the true power that he could make your life more and more better. You see, everyone out there watching this program, I ask you to see Christianity in the manner. Think if they are having the truth, if they are having the true blessing, if they are getting the true knowledge from their God, then you can understand that if Christianity is truth or not. Don't analyze it some religions or some practice, I would say. And as Jebaraj said that don't give importance to culture but truth. That's the main thing. Also, I'm trying to say that don't see about the culture or the religion practice. Give importance to the truth. Thank you. This I like to close my feedback. Thank you, Jebaraj, and thank you all the participants giving your feedback too. Thank you, everyone. I hope this program will be very beneficial to all the ones out there. Yes, Jemima sister.
Yeah. Thank you, Aalish. Thank you so much. From Jebaraj's presentation, your presentation was nice. I would like to add two extra points. So Mary is being worshipped. So we have in Bible itself, when Jesus performed the first miracle, Mary points to Jesus. She didn't point it to herself. And after Jesus died for her sin, he was resurrected and he went up to heaven. She was waiting for the Holy Spirit. And she realized that she is the daughter of God. There she didn't acted as mother of Christ. She acted as the daughter of God and she was waiting for the Holy Spirit. And that is the biggest evidence we get from the Bible itself, as Sridharan Kalistas said. And another thing about festivals, for Christmas or Easter, or what we can call it as Resurrection Day or Good Friday Day, whatever day, each and every day is special for God because each day is created by God. So we can celebrate it on any day. It's not that a particular fixed date has been fixed. We don't have an historical evidence, but we have the historical evidence that Jesus came into this world. He came in for the mankind. He lived for us. He lived a model life for us. He died for us. He resurrected for us, and is again coming for us. And that is the main truth which we all need to know. And that is all about Christianity. So thanks again, Jebaraj. Thanks for all participants who joined today and gave their esteemed opinion. Thanks to Aalish for your wonderful conclusion. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. We are really sorry that we got delayed, but we need to wrap up in the time. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a nice day. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.